Good morning. Oh, what's Betty up to? What you up to, girl? Yeah? You want to say good morning? Hey, pretty. Oh, Betty's chatty. Welcome to Sending Ravens. Betty and I say good morning to you. And Rufus. I don't know where he is, but he'll be around. We're smudging up here, doing some smudge. Clearing energy because when you clean your house, you got to clean the energy too, right? Okay, let's see what we got. What's our, upside down. Let's see. Yeah, the whole deck's up. Sometimes the whole deck's upside down and I don't read them upside down in that case. Just flip them back around. We've got, we are the magician today. Oh, I love being the magician because it means, it means fun, exciting, and expect the unexpected kind of energy, right? It says you could do anything today. You could do nothing or anything. You know what I mean? The magician is wide open and you can kind of use your magic today. This is in the past. 3 of Cups leading to, so friends, celebrating, emotional flow, being in a really good place. Some of us are feeling like it might have been a good week so far, right? I know we're only we're sort of midweek here, but it could have been kind of a good week so far because that card says there's cause to celebrate. And the reason I'm reading it so positive is these two below it, and let's see what's third here. Oh, wait a sec. That one all of a sudden badly aspects it and it's right underneath. Okay, so I'm not going to go so positive on this one. I'm going to back that up. Okay, this could be even over celebrating and or did somebody overindulge last night? This could be overly emotional, right? Because underneath it, this 5 kind of badly aspects it, okay? And if there was another good card with the magician and the ace, I would have said this in the best sense. So somebody might have overindulged, some of us might have, and or feeling like maybe we're wanting more of this in our life and we're not getting as much of this. This is when we're feeling in an emotional flow and feeling congruent and celebration, like there's celebrations going on with this card. 3 women, 3 goddesses celebrating. Sometimes it's about women friends. I wonder if somebody's having a little trouble because right underneath it, this card's a little bit like itchy and scratchy. 5 of Swords. It's almost like a fighting card. And sometimes it's even internal struggles. Is anybody out there having some internal struggles with their girlfriends, women in their family, women in their lives, right? So the women in their lives, the feminine, or their own inner struggle with their own feminine part of themselves, okay? That's a way we could read that. Or struggling with alcohol, because this card can overuse. So overuse of substance, and that includes food, that includes worry, that includes, to me, worry can be just as damaging. Overusing, fear, you know what I mean? So overindulging in things you know aren't good for you. And that could include negative thinking and being hard on yourself. Okay, so that took a little turn on us, right? Now, this card here says you need to use your magic. You are magical. And you know what I mean by that? I think word is magic. I think what we speak to ourselves, that's why I always talk about mantraing and how you're saying things is so important, okay? So what we say to ourselves and how we're speaking, our internal dialogue, that's our magic because it can create the kind of life we want. What you say to yourself becomes your life, okay? So if you're always seeing the negative, if you're always seeing what's wrong with it, you won't see what's right about it and how far you've come, right? So yeah, that card asks you to use your magic. You're going to need to use your magic, maybe to bump yourself out of overindulging in negative emotions and or substances that because sometimes negative emotions lead to substance abuse, things like that. And that could include just overeating, undereating, just abusing yourself somehow. Okay. And sometimes we do that because we're not self-loving. Okay. So this card asks you to use your magic to weed out sort of the negative self-talk, because that card's can be very internal. Okay. Okay, and sometimes it even externalizes. When you're not feeling good about yourself, it can spill over into your relationships with others, and you can be really hard on others or snappy with people, things like that. And see this ace here? Because it's like, it's time to get healthy again. It's time to be, this is a very healthful card. I feel like your body self, physical self, because pentacles are physical, wants to get healthy. And there's just a few things keeping you from it. And it could even be what you're saying to yourself, right? Telling yourself something. Okay, now, wow, the outcome is lovely though. This is like finding a balance and finding with patience and perseverance. Temperance, so patience and perseverance. It also talks about universal timing, this card. So when it's right, or this could take time, but it'll be the perfect time. That card is a very healing card, work in progress and healing. So if you use your mental words, mentally how you're speaking, internal voice, verbally what you're saying, if you use that in a more healthful way and get away from what you've been saying to yourself, okay, even if what you're saying is true, even if you have been overusing or underusing substances to create discord in your body, okay, because some people underdo things too, so they don't give themselves nourishment. So there's that too. It's not just overusing, right? It's just all around not being healthful, okay, and or being cruel or mean in what you're saying to yourself, okay? I feel like yourself is asking you to change that. Use your magic, use your words to change what you're saying to yourself, and tell yourself, even if you're talking about your health, sometimes we'll talk about constantly what's wrong with us, right? Like we all know somebody like that. Soon as we bump into them, they got a whole string of things that's wrong with them. And it's like, well, what about what's right about you? That's what I always want to say. I'm probably a really irritating person to know, because I'd even blurt that out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if somebody only talks about what's wrong with them, it's like, yeah, I want to hear about what's right about you, right? Yeah, I'm really funny that way. And I'm irritating that way, I must say. But you got to do your work if you're hanging out with me, right? The world's about work. Yeah. Note to self, don't hang out with Janine. If you're bitching and complaining about yourself, she'll call you on it. Okay, so here we've got the High Priestess. Here's advice. So if you want to get to this healed place, okay, use your magic and tell yourself what you like about yourself, not what you don't like, what you've been doing that's good and not what. Celebrate what's good about yourself. This is the celebration card. Celebrate what you love about yourself instead of finding and nitpicking what you don't like, especially physically. And this is a very feminine issue. Maybe men do it too. I don't know. Guys, chime in if you're watching. Do you also criticize your physical self internally like women do, right? And we're also externally, it's being criticized. Like we can literally walk down a street or walk into a restaurant or a public place and people think it's okay to publicly comment about a woman's figure. It's unbelievable, right? It's like I was once told when I was having a piece of pie in a coffee shop, and I was 16 or 17 at the time. No, wait, I was a little older. No, I was in my early 20s, that's right. Early 20s, I was in really great shape, but I do love pie. And no, I'm not in such great shape anymore, but you know what? I was back then. And some foolish old man decided to comment on, oh, that that pie is going to go straight to your thighs, which, by the way, when I do carry weight, it never goes to my thighs. That's not where it ever goes. Okay, but it goes other places. But anyway, so he was all around wrong, and it was none of his business. And he actually publicly said that to a young, beautiful woman. Like, can you imagine? I just turned around and said, I'll have pie for breakfast whenever I want. Like, really, dude? Anyway, yeah, I could have started on his physique, by the way. Like, to me, that's like unbelievable that people could think that that was okay to do. But it happens all the time, especially to women. And comment and chime in, guys, if it's happening to you too. But it's appalling anyway, to happen to any human, to be publicly commented about your physique. You're working on it. It's none of anybody's business. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, okay, so getting back to the outcome here. If you use your word magic, your mantraing, and decide, because this person decides to speak about and focus on something different. This is all about focus, the magician. Where you focus puts your magic. Your focus is your magic. Where you speak, what you speak about, where you focus your attention and energy. That's literally what human magic is, okay? Our focus, okay? So if you focus on only the negative about yourself, that's exactly where you're going to stay, and it'll multiply, okay? Or you'll just feel it even if it isn't the truth, right? We can magic ourselves into health. Yeah, I know that sounds crazy, but yeah, you can. I've done it. You can magic yourself into feeling better. If you get up and you got a bunch of aches and pains, start talking about what's good about you, not all those aches and pains. And I'm not saying when you're deeply in an unhealthy state, just ignore it. I'm not saying that. But I'm just talking daily, just itchy, scratchy. Focus on what's happening that's right and watch. Your day will shift. Okay, when you notice, be thankful and really, be there for yourself, especially verbally, you will notice a shift where you're feeling a lot better because you're focused on what's good, not what's bad. Okay, so we've got the High Priestess here. So intention, and well, she is very magical, obviously. She's magical, she's intuitive, okay? And this card is 5. Okay, listen to your intuition, don't disregard it. Okay, listen to your intuition. It's intuitively we can heal ourselves from all kinds of things if we listen to what is our instinct and intuition saying. I remember when I had a really bad knee issue and I was going to the doctor, which I don't always do, I almost never do actually, and they were telling me, oh, this and that, and I just intuitively knew none of that was the case. My knee was actually out because I was not leaving a relationship. And it was all psychological. And I know not all ailments are, but mine was. And my body reacts very physically when I'm psychologically and or emotionally upset. And I wasn't doing something I needed to do, which was leaving a relationship. So my knee was out. And I intuitively knew that. So when I went, instead I chose a healer. I went to a cranial sacral healer and had a couple sessions. And guess what? Within 2 sessions with that cranial sacral healer, which I highly recommend if you know any good ones, that is such a good restart for yourself. I got back on my feet, and none of those, then it took another maybe 6 months to really feel 100% in that knee. But she helped me, that healer helped me get over the person I wasn't getting over and letting go of that wasn't working this lifetime. And once I did that, the knee is not causing me trouble at all. It was all psychological and it was very emotional, okay? Shutting me down. So it's saying use your magic, your word magic, okay? And then have patience, perseverance, and be self-loving, because that's what this higher energy does. And magically, intuitively intuit what you need and how you need to adjust. Listen to your inner voice about what needs adjustment, and you will feel a lot better just about life, about everything. Okay, I know I went on a bit of a tangent there. Hope you're gonna forgive me, and have a wonderful day. Sending you ravens, and thanks for viewing my videos, and do like and share them if you're enjoying them. Bye-bye.